I'm called Mustapha once again, and this morning I'm going to tell you about personal finance. You see, many of us, especially accountants, people who have been educated, we have that kind of feeling that we are so much literate about money. But issues of money are very, very challenging. You need to take some discipline, accept your condition, because there's no good medical doctor who can treat themselves. So myself, I have got a mentor and the personal advisors, the best tax consultants, and of course the best investment advisors. When I'm going to invest my money in the stock market, I seek their advice. So also you must be asking yourself, who is that person who gives you the future thinking about how you use the money you earn. Now today we are going to look at it. If you are earning say 1 million per month, how much of this 1 million do you distribute among the critical things in your life? Now, as you can see, with this 1 million in a month, you have savings where you invest in things like a shop, in things like maybe land, in things like stocks, but also there are so many plethora of many investment ideas you might think of. Many people are putting a lot of their money in agriculture, and because this is the mainstay of this country, but also when it comes to agriculture in Uganda, you realize that the potential is too huge. You have seen people starving, typically starving. So meaning that because people must eat, or if you invest in agriculture and you know the business, somehow you'll always get money. But the question is, you need to look at where you add the most value. And I think that is the most important thing. If you are going to go to agriculture to have just 5-10 acres, maybe that may not be the business for you. You need to have very clear, streamlined way of going into that area and spend your little money. Now, if you are having just only small money like 250, maybe you may not just put all this money in agriculture, because it means that you could burn your fingers, and agriculture is so involving that as an entrepreneur, you have to be in the field to ensure that you provide this provision. So until you are ready to do that, you are not going to make the most of the agriculture, because my friends in the bucket, they want to keep their day job, but also they want to be having small farms. Now, I can assure you, you are not going to get your money. You are going to be crying. So, if you are earning 1 million, you can say, how do I save? Remember, saving is not enough. You must find a way to put that money into use. An investment is when you put money somewhere and it earns more money. If money doesn't earn any more money, then that is wasted time. If you get money and just put it in a current account, you just get charged. So in that case, that money, that account is a liability. So you don't want to do something like that. If you know you're not going to use your money for some time, at least fix it and have some way of matching the inflation with some interest, so that your money at least remains having. So that's why you have to think of how do you make it, do you earn that money. So I'm suggesting that maybe you could use 25% of total 1 million to set aside for savings. Then medical bills. Health is the biggest expense in this country, and especially for when you begin hitting the ages of 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, you must begin thinking about a huge investment in this. What we are trying to do is you need to spend a lot in preventative health care. So preventative health care, you must invest in a gym, you must invest in healthy living, you are eating very well. If you are going to be a guy who is going to go and gallop almost a crate of beer in a week, maybe you need to begin thinking about this very seriously by buying insurance, but most importantly by buying education insurance. Now, when we meet tomorrow, we'll look on how do you proceed to items like 3, 4, and 5. Remember, savings, medical bills, and investing for emergencies, 1, 2, 3 items are about your future. So when your future, that's where you're going to live the rest of your life. And it is very important that you at least spend, this is 35% of your total income to set it aside for your future, because you know emergencies and maybe medical bills could anytime can happen. So you are putting just a fund there to cater for these things. But most importantly here, there is education insurance. This is very important, because if you begin early and you have children, by the time you are at age 40, 45, your kids will go to the best schools you need, because the insurance will be paying, and you are not going to be having that stress in your retirement of where do I earn money, and you want to avoid something like that. Until we meet again, we'll conclude on this personal finance. because it is very important that you put some money aside to cater for your future, because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. Now, every day I wake up, I'm asking myself, if I stopped working today, how do I maintain my lifestyle? And remember, that is a clear definition of wealth. How long can you maintain your lifestyle when your current earning sources are stopped? You lose your job, how do you move on? As you ponder about that question, till we meet again, thank you.